Hey, welcome to today's episode. We have some special guests today. I have my partner Anthony, Eugene Alexander, and Eric Johnson. So we're gonna hop in right here. Welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate you guys coming on. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, man. How long you been in real estate? So Eric Eugene is from Austin, and Eric is from Costa Rica, which is amazing. So we're gonna talk about that. But tell us how long you've been in real estate and how long you guys been partners.
What it do? What it do? Actually, we're based out of Austin, Texas, but I'm originally from a little small town called Carpers Cove, Texas, just declared the air. And I've been in real estate for over 10 years. I got my real estate license in 2010 from McLennan Community College in Waco, Texas. And then we started actively investing in regards to flipping houses in 2017 in February. So we've been doing that for 5.5 years. And me and Eric, we started working together 2 years ago, and we've been blowing up, rocking and rolling ever since.
Wow. That's crazy, man. So, what markets are you guys doing real estate in general?
All over Texas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Central Texas.
Corpus
We're even,
Christi.
yeah, we're even closing on a deal tomorrow in Lubbock, Texas. So, the numbers make sense. That makes sense.
That's awesome. So, I have a question for you, Eric. So, Eric is from Costa Rica, and your acquisitions, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of everything, but yes, I do acquisitions as well. And I'm in Costa Rica. When I met Eugene, I had never been in the States in my life. I met him like when the pandemic hit back in, was it 2019, like early 2020, right? So I started hunting for jobs online, and I found him on Indeed.com. And then I didn't even know
Indeed.
anything about sales. I met up with Sir. Hey, man, I've been on sales for years, and I want an online job where I can make some extra money and stuff. And then Eugene hired me, thinking I knew about sales. He gave me like some sort of a training, and first week I got a lead. So that's that.
That's cool, man.
Did you say you guys met on Indeed.com?
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Not that I want
to. Man, okay, that's cool.
Now that I want to make a commercial for them, I don't know them. I don't care about them, but
Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing anything. We're not promoting Indeed at all. But yeah, that's how we winded up linking up, was through Indeed. And when that pandemic came, everybody contracted and started laying people off, and I already knew, boom, do the opposite of what everybody else does.
No, it's not that
so
really.
let's
Go ahead, Anthony.
I was going to say, let's get right to it. Yeah, the reason we wanted to chat with you guys is because you guys recently had a big win. So, let's hear about it, man. How about and
yeah, we were actually talking about it earlier today. Like I was telling you, Jim, what's the point on going into this podcast? We're not actively doing anything for Hivemind. We're not really, other than using your software. Why would we do it? And then we thought about paying it forward. Number one, because people need to hear about this, and because even when we heard about it first about Hivemind, we were like kind of like reluctant. Like, why would we're doing okay, so why would we want to switch to a different software, right? And then we thought about like, well, okay, let's give it a try, and we realized it was super effective and whatever else, right? And we were having this conversation earlier today, like, yeah, it's about when we were in certain position, we would have liked to hear about this earlier, right? So it's not only about you winning, but other people winning, because this is like, well, anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. I'm gonna let Eugene talk about it.
All right, good deal. So yeah, we definitely want to say thank you for the opportunity too, for interviewing us and allowing us to be on the platform. But yeah, long story short, we was transferred all of our data. We found out about Hivemind, and we probably went through like 10 different softwares. Long story short, we can tell you all of them. We probably tried at least one time. And we generated. We do cold calling. I know a lot of
Okay.
people swear cold calling is dead, but cold calling is only dead if you don't have the right training in regards to that. So we wound up generating a lead with a fourplex, and we was able to buy it as is, sell it as is. And within like 30 days, we made $120,000. We got a hard money loan. And then we had a second property. The hard money lender that we was using, actually based out of Austin, Texas, Easy Street Capital. They don't loan money anything that's out of anything less out of $80,000, anything less than that. And
Yeah.
so the guy was the first rep said no, and I just hung up and called back in and asked about doing a cross collateralization loan. And so what they did is they wrapped us the loan together. So we was able to get a one hard money loan for two properties, and we was able to buy those properties at the same time. So we made 120,000 by buying as is, selling as is, and then we turned around and fixed and flipped on the smaller property, and we made like 85,000. So when we wound up selling it, we made like between 205 to $210,000 in 1 month.
That's crazy, man.
Golly.
That's amazing. So
let's talk about numbers, man. Just from like an agent standpoint, to hit on two deals, how many houses or how many properties would you have to sell as an agent to make 200 grand?
To sell as an agent, man, do you know I don't have what to do, but maybe what $5,000 to $10,000 on per deal. So I mean, you probably would have to sell between 10 to 20, 30 houses. You know, it depends on the market, right? If you're dealing with luxury or whatever, but it's a lot of grunt. It's a lot of legwork chasing it down. But yeah, on two deals, $200,000 versus being an agent, man. I know that would be 20 to 30 deals minimum, to answer your question.
were they both sales? Like you just cleaned them out and listed them again?
One was buying it as is, selling it as is. It was a hotel, and the other one was a fix and flip. So we went ahead and did that. And the hard money lender loaned us the money for the complete project. We just had to put 10% down.
Well, I'm really glad you said that, because me and Anthony's been, everybody wants to wholesale, but if you have the opportunity and the capital and the connections to actually buy and take down these properties, you should not be wholesaling, and you should try and make those connections. So I think it's really, really important that you made the connections, you found the capital, you cross collateralize it, and even knowing the know-how of how to do that, it's amazing. But congratulations, man. That's such a huge win, man. Such a huge win.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Eric, speaking about wholesaling, Eric was getting pissed, man. He was like, man, we're wholesaling, we're giving away the equity on the deals, we're doing all of the legwork. And I was getting pissed too. And I was just like, hey, Eric, man, just trust the process. I'm always telling him, like, hey, we're going to eventually get there where we're making more money per deal. And, long story short, we had to get rid of one partner. The relationship wasn't working. But I was able to form some other relationships, not really form relationships because I already had the relationship, but tap into the existing relationships that I already had, was able to get some relationship capital where when we come across certain opportunities, that would even loan us the 10% down for the project. So ever since we've been taking down the property, so the hard money will finance the rehab and the acquisition aspect. And then I tap into my network, private money, other individuals that's looking to make some passive income. And they'll even loan us the money for the 10% down from the lender.
One thing I love about what you guys are doing is that you're going after larger properties. So that's one thing me and Anthony, we kind of switched on to as well, is going after larger assets, because you can create larger spreads by going after fourplexes and larger acreage properties. So what type, are you strictly going after multifamily, or is it you just came across a multifamily and took it down?
Yeah, just basically, it doesn't matter what it is, man. It could be a lot, single family, multifamily, land. The numbers make sense, they make sense. And the great thing about having the experience, the credits, the relationships, when we come across the opportunity, we're able to take them down.
That's good, man. So one thing I'll ask about this. So Eric, since you're from Costa Rica, do you talk to Spanish speakers a lot when you're talking to Spanish sellers and stuff like that?
Yeah, we do. And sometimes, like, I even talk to Hispanics who you can tell they're Hispanic because of the accent. You can tell my accent, right? And they don't want to speak Spanish, but they kind of relate to you in a better way because they know you're not like native. And that's landed us a couple of deals as well, especially in Texas, where we have a lot of Hispanics working and selling houses and doing a lot of everything there. So yeah, it's definitely a win-win, and it's definitely like some sort of what do you call like an advantage, or I don't know what you call it, but definitely it works out pretty well, and it helps a lot when you speak Spanish. In fact, we have a lot of VAs, and none of them speak Spanish, so they're always transferring calls and sending stuff over to me, and they go like, "Do you speak English?" And these people go like, no English, no English." So they even lost deals like that, where I just call people back and then I talk to them and they only speak Spanish, and that's a deal already. That other people who have VAs who aren't incapable of speaking the language already lost the deal, right? And we know that when there's motivation, they find a way. But these people, when they're hot, right? You got to strike a iron end while it's hot.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
So
I see that.
One mention is that I see a lot of in this industry there are so many people swearing by whatever they're doing, and I see people swearing by softwares we used to use like 2 years ago that are super archaic, and people are still promoting that for some reason. I don't know if they get money out of that or whatever, but that's why we're not really like super interested in promoting any particular software. But at the same time, if there's something out there that is actually working wonders, then why not to let other people know, right? Like I ain't getting a cent out of this, but at the same time, if there's something out there, I mean, that's how we heard about you guys. Long story short, somebody else saying something out there, right? And Eugene, the first time we joined it was a live show or something, and you had this promotion going on, and we were like, no, man, it's too good to be true, and they're even promoting this for X amount of seat. So we didn't actually go for the first, like the first time we heard about you, we just passed on it, and then I don't remember why. Eugene, do you remember why we decided to go back to it and check it out?
We're just having the next level mindset. We had already invested money in other softwares, but I knew some people that was in this industry, and they were stamping on it and saying, "Hey, how?" And even though once again, everybody has their own software, but it's like, hey, let's try it out, because we knew just doing this for so long, we were still missing a lot of pieces to the puzzle. So we invested into the software.
Yeah, I remember one of the main reasons why, now thinking about it, why we decided to switch over was because, most of these arcade softwares, you miss out on a lot of deals because people call you back and you got no records of that, or the records are kind of like hidden. And, you have to be like looking for a lot of information, and you don't really get to see when somebody's calling you or there's no record of anything. And some softwares do have records, don't get me wrong. Some, if something is working out for people out there, that's fine. But it's always about the next level, as Eugene said. And if we can switch to some that's more trackable and traceable, then why not, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
let me ask you this. This isn't all about us, man. It's about you guys too. So how big is your team as far as cold calling, and are you doing like texting at all, or is it strictly cold calling right now?
I mean, we do use texting, but like we see people getting sued over text blasting and stuff like that, and we're not afraid of that, right? But at the same time, if it's working out for us, why fix it, right? Like if it's not broke, why fix it? Like cold calling works out pretty well for us, but we really take the time to train our team the right way, because everybody swears by text blasting and some other stuff, right? But if you got the right training and you train your people, there's no reason why it wouldn't work, right? But to answer your question, we use it mostly like for callbacks and stuff like that, and again to keep better track of who we're talking to, and because everybody knows that follow up is king in this industry, and a lot of the deals you end up losing is because you're not doing the correct follow up. You don't have like this really visual picture of how things are going with the leads. So that's the reason why we stick to call calling, mostly to call calling. I don't know if
And
that question though.
yeah, that was one of them. And we're a team of 7. We realize 4 quarters is better than 100 pennies, especially when it comes to cold calling, because you say the wrong thing when it comes to a customer or client, you're going to trigger them and you're going to blow the lead. So we take a lot of time and energy and resources to focus on the recruiting aspect, the training aspect, and the retention aspect when it comes to our team members.
No, that's good.
And then what kind of
Really,
lists are you guys calling right now? What are you doing, like bulk lists, or what kind of motivation?
We pull every list possible, owner occupied, tenant occupied, vacant. We're gonna call them all because we realize based on our experience is that people travel, they relocate, they don't update their records. So we just hit them all. We use all of the software, PropStream, Bashleys, Propelio. We're using them all.
Another fun fact about how we ended up using Hivemind is that we actually, I think we signed up like January or was it February?
Yeah, December. I'm not for sure. It was like 6
Well,
to 9 months ago.
I don't know, like maybe over 6 months or something. But we didn't actually start using it like until like a month or 2 ago, right?
No. We've been using it.
I mean, actively using it for deals and all that. Like, how long have we been actively using Hivemind? Like, all in with it.
All in. Well, we went guerrilla mode maybe 2 months. 2 months
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I'm saying. 2 months ago, we went guerrilla mode on it because we got it just like a sub product or something where we were not really using it. And then we say, hey, why the hell are we paying for this service and we're not using it? And we were like, whoa, things are working out, but we want to give it a chance. But right now, we're too busy doing deals and all this, and things are going great. So why waste time trying a new software? And then we tested it and we got 2 leads just like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Now it's on like autopilot. We can just tap a button and we're generating leads through Hivemind. And now we got like we call it rich people problems, wealthy people problems. Like, hey, we need to start raising some major capital because these leads, we know we need to take them down, because if we wholesale them, we're leaving equity on the table. And not just formed a relationship with one of my people I've been knowing for actually 5 years, and we're going to go to the bank and we're going to be credit partners and be working on getting some line of credit and put some assets up so we can work on that aspect too. But long story short, Hivemind is on autopilot right now, and we are like in a capital raising mode because of Hivemind, because we want to take down everything. We don't want to wholesale nothing if we don't have to.
I gotcha. That's awesome, man.
We even had to slow down our like calling campaigns with Hivemind because we were getting too many leads, which is something crazy to say. And I didn't used to understand this. Like in the past, I was like, these people are bluffing. It's stupid. Why would you want us to slow down on leads?
Yeah.
If you want as many leads as possible, we can't handle it. That's the answer. We can't handle it anymore. And we want just the top quality ones, because we used to be, like when I met Eugene, we were happy to make $5,000 out of a deal. Now we see some that is under 20,000. We go like, it's a waste of time, and we need to focus on the big ones, right? Because everybody knows that. Well, I guess it's like common knowledge that you just want to shoot for the stars, right? Like if you see a deal, like I'm going to invest the exact time of, the exact amount of time doing like a $5,000 deal as I'm going to be investing in doing a $100K, $200K deal, right? That's the reason why we don't want like $25,000 deals on the pipeline, or 25,000, 10,000, I don't know. And I'm not saying we're going to get 20, but you get the point, right?
Yeah. So,
so I think where you guys have reached, it's like the holy grail of like your business, because this is where things really explode. So when somebody asks us like, hey, what's the first thing I need to do? I'm like, as a marketer, I got 15-year marketing background. I'm like, turn it, because when you're positioned like you guys are, where you have leads and you got to kind of dial it back a little bit, that opens up a lot of doors, right? Because then you can think about growing a team, systemization, that, man. So that's, I mean, I'm glad you guys are there, and I can't, it's like, that's the only thing I can think of. If a brand new person's going to start, is like, just get as many leads as you possibly can, and I think the rest will fall into place, man. So congrats to you. Cool place to be in.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's like a dream come true, man. We knew it was in the people, the strategy and execution, but also it's in the software too. A major problem that we was having in the beginning is that none of our software, like what Eric said, they wasn't communicating with each other. Nothing was talking to each other. And Hivemind actually solved that issue for us. So now everything communicates with each other. We're able to follow up with leads. I mean, everything is traceable now.
And I know you said this is not about you guys, but I gotta mention this too, because we gotta give the credit to wherever it is due, right? I don't know who Jin is, but the guy's great, man. I don't know if that's part of your customer service or whatever that is, but that guy is really good too. And one of the issues we faced in the past is, like, and excuse my French, but shitty customer service. You asking questions to people and they giving you, they find a way to always give you the wrong answer. So this guy was key also, in helping us build whatever we built. Because even though he doesn't have all the answers, he's always there, like ready to, like give you the right suggestions. Hey, here's what you may want to do, or maybe this is what you're looking for. And it's not about you guys only, right? You said already, but this is the reason why we're here, right? Just to share this with people out there. Because a lot of people say this is a numbers game and blah, blah, blah. And of course, it's a numbers game, but at the same time, you need the right software and of course the right team and the right training, right? But it's like everything is a piece to the puzzle, basically.
So I have a really good question for you guys. Since you guys are really, you guys are virtual, like me and Anthony, we're virtual too. So one of the questions we get asked a lot, and I like hearing different answers, is how do you guys hold yourself accountable, even though you guys aren't necessarily near each other? But how do you guys hold yourself accountable? I know you guys do trainings and stuff like that. Do you guys do like daily meetings, weekly meetings? Like, what's the process is as far as, since you guys are so far apart?
Well, holding each other accountable is, we do meetings on Skype. It's free. I mean, you could do other softwares like Zoom or whatever, but we do daily meetings on Skype. And the great thing about me and Eric, I mean, Eric can hit me up at 12 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. If it's about business and money, we're going to be talking, And then we also use a software where we can monitor our virtual employees, I hate to say employees, but team members. We have a software that tracks that. So we can actually tell if somebody's manipulating the system or something like that, if they're actually working offline. So we meet daily, to answer your question, and we train through Skype. And then we also have another software where we could tell if they're manipulating the system, which we have caught a lot of virtual remote team members doing, and we had to remove them. But, it's just part of the process, working remote. But it saves us overhead. It helps with our bottom line, and and with inflation, everything's going up. So the great thing about being able to delegate and outsource, you're able to save on a lot of those costs by delegating to other countries.
No, that's cool, man.
That's dope, man. Yeah, you keep other people paid. I got a question about the mechanics, man, of how your team works. So we have 3 people that are monitoring all communication inside the system, phone calls, has different responsibilities based on what campaign the leads are coming from, and then I'm kind of overseeing it all. So I'm getting everybody's notifications, and of course it's not going to give me a ding, right? But I just see like the flash. So when I see when it's time for to come in for a close or something that's really difficult or complicated situation, then I'll just jump in. That's how I have all my stuff set up, right? So I'm just kind of overseeing, working separate campaigns. How is your guys' system? How did you systematize the back end? How is it streamlined, and what are the roles and responsibilities for your remote person?
Well, I'm gonna let Eugene answer, but I'm gonna say what I know, which is we go like hard on the paint when it comes down to recruiting people. We don't want to recruit people who we have to be on their back all day, overseeing what they're doing, because that's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to concentrate on the capital, and I want to concentrate on building up software, like improving processes, creating the right templates, and all that, right? And don't get me wrong, we still monitor them, but we even hire people who are monitoring each other, so it's harder to, when you got people. I'm sorry. I think Eugene's gone. So okay, you okay, Eugene? You're muted, man. You are muted, man.
Connectivity.
Okay,
or
sorry.
something.
So, we first of all we try to, as much as we can, make sure we don't hire people who we know are going to be troublemakers. So we have certain procedures in place to get rid of the lazy ones, the troublemakers, and we have like strategic questions we ask you during the interview, and that helps us. It's helped a lot, when doing the hiring process. And even like that, we get bad apples. But as Eugene mentioned before, we have this certain software, monitoring what they're doing. And the reason I mentioned the training is because we try to make sure we train these people. Like most people have it set up where you got your VAs trying to find leads, and then they pass them over to a senior acquisitions manager and all that. We don't like to do that because sometimes they blow up the lead in the way, right? So we try to train the right way so they are able not only to identify the lead, but even to close it, to get it to closing as much as possible. And if they get to a point where they're unable to close the deal, then they pass it over to me or Eugene or anybody else who's available. But I definitely don't want to be, on these people's back all day. Although the first weeks after the training, we are on their back, and then from there we do like daily training, daily monitoring, and we ask them to give us their best call and their worst call, for example, to give you an example. Okay, Mr. So-and-so, let me have your best call today and your worst call, and we're going to give you some feedback here. And I don't know if that answers your question, but we got like VAs, and then I do most of the templates, monitoring on some of their stuff, and Eugene does the raising capital stuff. Eugene, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was explaining to Anthony that basically what we do, we try to make sure we don't hire bad apples from day one. So we try to put in, have in place the right training. And long story short, we give them the training where they're able to actually close on the deals. And if they can't close on the deal because they don't have deals or whatever, they can always just either transfer the call or go ahead.
Okay, I think your headset is providing a lot of echo, a lot of feedback.
I'm sorry?
You're talking, a lot of feedback. Your device is having a lot of feedback. You have your Skype? You have your Skype? Eric.
I'm sorry. Do I have Skype?
Yeah. Can you check your Skype?
Okay, Eugene is saying he's having software issues.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. It's coming now, like kind of muffled.
Okay. Hold on.
Can you guys hear me well though?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, Eric.
Yeah, you're perfect.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know if I was able to answer your question, but our structure is pretty basic. It's nothing complicated. What really makes the difference is the kind of training we're trying to provide these people and being very hands-on as far as, like daily monitoring. Not like I'm not listening to these people all day long because I don't have the time, but I do pick them a couple of calls daily or every other day. And it's proven to be a good system because the minute we stop doing that, they start like blowing up deals, like good deals. And we've lost over 300K, in the beginning, in deals, worth of deals, because these people were not getting the right training. Or once people, say what? You good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So-
awesome, man. So
I don't know if you want to up on the question so Eugene can hear whatever I was saying.
Yeah, so they was asking how do we have the team set up?
Yeah, maybe you
Yeah, I
answer
was
the
wondering
question
about
to
the
see if
team.
we're on the same page.
Okay.
don't worry about it. He answered it. We'll ask another question. So
Okay.
what is like your next goal? You have goals set for the year, KPIs that you're trying to reach towards the end of the year, since it's third quarter right now that you're trying to hit?
Yeah. I think
Well, our number one goal right now is to be able to raise capital. So we are doing some joint ventures and going to be working on getting some line of credit. So that's the next goal. And then for the quarter, just make as much money as possible, man. I don't really know. To start doing it, start building teams nationwide, do it international. You can do this all over the world. Obviously, Eric is in Costa Rica, but our main thing right now is really just forming the relationships and the relationship capital, so we'll be able to take down more properties, so we don't have to wholesale.
Is there a place somebody can send you deals as far as if they have any deals in Texas?
Yes, they could send it to our admin email. It will be admin, ADMIN, at the number 5 spelled out, hillsinvestors.com. 5 spelled out, hills, plural, investors, plural.com. Admin at FIVEHILLSINVESTORS.com.
Gotcha. Okay. Admin at fivehillsinvestors.com. We got it right here. But okay. So last question. Is there a lesson or thing you learned early on that can help somebody who's like starting out or transitioning into real estate that would like, what's the one piece of advice you can give somebody starting out?
Man, I really can't say it's one thing, man, to be honest, man. There's so many different pieces of the puzzle, man. But I would say just focus on leadership, get some leadership training, which I did, and then work on building a team. And and you gotta have thick skin. You gotta be a wolf, so you can't be afraid of blessing and releasing people. You gotta let people go, man. A lot of people, if they ain't holding you down, they holding you back. But that's what I would say. But there's definitely money in being trained, removing your ego, removing your pride. Even though I have more experience in real estate than what Eric had, but Eric has more of a programming IT background. He's hungry. He was able to train me more in sales. So definitely just always stay coachable, teachable, and trainable. That'll get you in the right mindset. But there's so many different pieces. I just can't say one, but being a great leader and being able to follow instructions from your team and listen to the feedback that they're providing. And, that was able to help out well when Eric came on board with our team. He was able to say, hey, your software, none of it is communicating. And that's a big problem that you have. If you really want to grow and expand and blow this thing up, you're going to have to fix this. So with me being having training in leadership, I know I don't know everything, and I want to have smarter people around me, and that's what I want to end up doing. So definitely, I would say leadership, team building, investing into the right mentors, having the right software, staying on top of technology. That's what I would say. And then being able to trust, like within my culture and my community, a lot of people will have, they want to micro everything. They don't, the power is in the macro aspect, and being able to trust people who have the right patterns of behavior and they have earned your trust, then you can be more on a macro level. So now I can focus on the relationship aspect of the business, which is just as vital in putting out fires and stuff like that.
Oh man, that's a lot of info. That's great. I think that's where people struggle in the beginning is they know what they want to do, but they don't know how to get there. So I think having somebody that's technical on your team, for one, that's how Daniel and myself connected. He's more of the technical mind, and then I'm more of like the front end sales. So it's like finding somebody that really like fills in your weaknesses, and then just leveraging each other's strengths, I think is how to build a solid team. Last question, man, that I have is you mentioned it a couple times, and I'm kind of where you guys are again as far as like having too many leads and that kind of stuff. You talked about raising private capital. So do you have a strategy in place for that yet? Or are you studying under somebody or sharing with your network? Where are you guys planning on raising capital from? Because I would like to kind of follow that right now too.
Okay, so one great thing that what I'm doing and what I did do, I pitch my ideas to everybody, but you don't want to be barking up at the wrong tree at the wrong, you know what I mean? You don't want to be talking to people that are not high net worth, high income people. But I was actually able to work out a relationship with my accountant. She seen that we went to, I did on my own, I was doing okay, right? Then I brought Eric on board. Then we wound up doing 200,000. Then last year we did 600,000. So she's seeing the vertical growth, and she wants to be a part of the process. Now, the great thing of pitching what I'm doing to my accountant, she also manages other business owners' portfolios. You know, she does their accounting, and she's not going to cross the line or do anything unethical. But what she does do is like, hey, this guy is having a workshop, or this guy, you know, people are always looking for other opportunities. So that's just another word of mouth, you know, and just barking up the right tree, you know. So I pitched the idea to my accountant. We got some great things. We're going to be forming a construction company. And then, you know, we're going to start doing workshops. Eric is flying out from Costa Rica. It's going to be on the 6th. We're doing a real estate event in the 6th. So a lot of people want to meet, greet you. We're not afraid of that. You know, we're very transparent. We're in the field every day. It's probably going to be in Austin, or it's going to be maybe in like Carpers Cove. We haven't figured out the exact location, but we do. And I'll let you know. We're friends on Facebook. But it's either going to be in Austin or it's going to be. Okay. Yeah. So the answer to your question, it was just pitching it to the right people. And also I got a nonprofit, so people see we've been doing good business for such a long time, but the main thing was the relationship with my accountant. She's seeing the growth. She see that we went from 50,000 to 200,000 to 600,000, and you know, then just now we're going to be putting some properties up, going to the bank, saying, hey, I got the credit, I got the income, I have this property for collateral. She has excellent credit, so you know we're going to go to the bank and work on some of those banking relationships next.
Oh, man, I hope you add that to your content, you know, kind of that journey of fundraising and making those connections, becoming bankable, building you tapped into somebody that's already tapped to that. Genius move your part, man. That's dope. Yeah, I hope to see some content about that as you grow.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, because that helps out, you know. Because if you look at it, the hard money lender is making us put $25,000 down on average. Yeah. And you know, okay, so boom, they're going to fund the acquisition side. Boom, I tap into my network. They put down to 10%, and then we already got the capital within the bank account, and we're able to use that on the rehab and the materials. And then also we're able to flow some of those expenses on credit cards, and that's also helping us grow and expand that way too.
That's amazing, man. Well, I hope everybody got definitely connect with Eugene here. I'm excited. I'm excited about your event, Anthony. Hopefully, Anthony can make it for you guys. I probably won't, so I'm too far away, but I know Anthony will make it.
It'd be worth every penny you came out here to Texas, man. We're gonna go jet skiing. Last time Eric came, we went. What we do, Eric? We went skydiving. We, you know, jumped out of some plane. We were just on like a crazy high, man. We even went jet skiing in Austin, Texas. That was crazy. And skydiving, we did that in Austin, Texas too, man. But you should check us out, man. We're gonna make sure it be worth every penny for the audience, you know.
Okay, awesome, man. Well, we appreciate your time, guys. Amazing story. Amazing to see the duality of working virtually. It's cool to see, man. And much success to your future. And I hope you do amazing things, more amazing things that you are doing. because it's cool to see from our point of view.
Yeah, congrats.
Feeling it,
Yeah, we already have another big. I mean, I don't want to jinx it. But we got a really huge lead coming out of Hivemind as well.
Yeah.
We're not trying yet. So
Yeah,
you're gonna hear a lot more about us
All right,
before
sounds
the
good,
year's
man.
out.
That's good to hear, man. We'll keep posting it. We'll keep sharing it so everybody else can know what's going on inside the Hive, and everybody participating, everybody's winning. So that's one of the beauty things about it. So thanks for participating. Thanks for sharing your story, and thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate y'all. Later, check y'all out. Peace.
Thank you,
You guys
guys.
have a blessing, man. Thank you.